Hi, friends. It is said that life is a journey, not a destination. And in the search of for meaning and purpose, some choose to follow a well-trodden path, while others blaze their own trail, embracing the unknown. Our guest today, Cindy Brochard. She's one such explorer who has chosen to live life on her own terms. And she has ventured beyond boundaries of convention, cycling across continents on an old Dutch bike. And she discovered this in discovering new cultures and seeking the essence of what it means to be truly alive. So hi, Cindy.
Hello, Vinay. Hello, everybody.
Let's start with what inspired you. What was the inspiration behind this, leaving a conventional life and going for this nomadic journey around the world?
Actually, I think there are many factors that are involved in the process because it's kind of a big decision. But I would say that the main one is I have always been like kind of allergic to the routine. I don't like doing the same every day, and I always felt like I was meant to travel. Since I am a kid, I always wanted to do some job like abroad or job that allows me to travel. But ultimately, I started to study. I was in France and only in France, so it didn't happen really. But after some years and after some like when I grew up, let's say, I realized that desire of traveling was still here. And because of that gift of that bicycle who my friend gave me, so now 3 4 years back, it was just like a connection, like, oh, cycling is amazing. I really want to travel. And luckily, I have a job that allows that because I am a freelancer, graphic designer. So I can work remotely and from almost everywhere in the world until I have internet and some desk. So yeah, I just realized that, okay, why not living on that lifestyle with the bicycle and on the road and
So there
because
might be challenges. What is the tell us about your biggest challenge that when
before
you
starting
started, and how did
but
you overcome them, like this when it was the start of your journey?
so when you start something new like that, everything has to be imagined because there is no like such a model or path, you are like trying your own way with your own uh, strengths and weaknesses. So first of all, like being alone on the road, it's something at the very first hand. You have to manage like all the things that can happen on the way, especially with the bicycle like issues that can happen. Even if I have like a very good one because I'm not cycling with the very old Dutch bicycle that I've been gifted. I got, of course, another one more like
Okay.
appropriate for such a trip before starting. So that's something you need to learn. Like you need to learn how to fix the bicycle if you got like flat tire or if something happened. You have to learn how you find a place to camp in the middle of nowhere. Like set up the tent, cooking, and feeling anywhere safe and feeling the best, finding the best place to uh, be safe and be secure in any ways. So that's something so different because I used to be like at home in my apartment in a like cozy place. So that was something. And then this is more about finding your own balance since you lose all of the things that you used to know that were like good for you because you don't like throw away everything all of a sudden. Just like you're like, okay, I want something new, but not everything was to be throw away. So then it's just like you have to kind of create your new everyday life, and every day is so different that everything is always new. So kind of need to pick what you like and get away what you don't like. So yeah, it's just like something, it's like a process. There is nothing such like in one day, and then it's set up. No, it's like learning
By
time,
doing, learning
yeah,
by doing, the experience.
the experience. Yes.
Yes, yes, yes. So, like, particularly your travel in India, some, memorable places or some the cultural nuances that you came across that you want to share, because India is a diverse country with.
Yeah, I know. No, I've been here for some time, so I kind of realized that, of course. Um, so actually, because my first trip in India was 4 years ago, on my own with my backpack for 1 month. I was traveling South India, so it was such an experience because I was just 30 years old, and it was my very first trip out of Europe. So a
Okay.
very big shock, a very big like, wow, everything is so different. I have no clue of what to do. But I really fell in love with the culture, with the country, with the people, with your food. I mean, the food is very different from one place to another, but the South Indian food is one of my favorite. Um,
Okay.
and so when I came back last year after the bicycle trip from France to Dubai, and I flew from Dubai to Mumbai, I really,
And pardon me, and we'll be hearing about that trip also, like from
yeah,
Europe to like Dubai.
to Dubai,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, please continue.
But yeah, but when I reached Mumbai after 10 months traveling like that and 3 years something after my very first trip, I really felt for the first time after that long trip away from France, oh, I felt like it's home because I really felt like, oh, once again, I am visiting a place that I already know because I went there before and I knew people and I have some friends and I kind of know the habits. I know a few words in Hindi. So it really felt like, okay, I am somewhere where I know something and it felt so, 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 so nice because I was missing that feeling. And this time I decided to explore parts of India that I didn't know. So I went to Assam and Darjeeling.
Oh,
And I spent a lot of time in Mumbai actually because that this is my kind of second home. But then, and I also went to Kerala and to Tamil Nadu. So every time, yeah, India is just like you have one country, but it's like many countries, including in only one. So I've been told last time, like it's like every 100 kilometers you enter like a new country. You can feel a very big difference like every 100 kilometers, which is very less actually.
yes, the
Especially,
language, food habits, everything
yeah,
is changed.
everything is so. And I always like about India like the warmth and the I don't know. It's such a country where you know this is kind of extremities. Like it can be so peaceful, so shanty, so like spiritual, and you have some kind of chaos places like Delhi or Mumbai or such a big cities, but at the same time they are very charming. Like I love Mumbai. This is one of my favorite places in the world, as far as I know, like the world. And I don't know, I always felt like you have something to discover. There are some kind of magic in every places. I am a photographer, so I spend a lot of time just roaming around the places and just to catch the life. And I would say India is about abundance, abundance in everywhere. The way the people live, the way the people just express their face, they believe, the way they are, the smell, the food, everything is like very much, but in a good way, because actually this is like you can feel then the essence of life. There is no such automatic world, so
Yeah.
here it's just like everything all right. So I love it.
So now, as a photographer and as a writer, how was your time, in India inspired you for creativity or for creative work? You have been to so many places in India, and every place I think has left an memorable, you know, uh, in your, like, in your thoughts. There is a memory attached to every place. So, how do you think it has inspired you for like the kind of work that you do? because artists are, they are they are very particular about the small nuances of life. And as you have explained, so tell me how it has inspired you in your creativity, in your work.
So I would say that India is a very big source of inspiration for me. As I said, like everything is so alive, lively. So everywhere I can find the inspiration. And what very inspired me and what I'm aiming to do with India, I think, I wouldn't say it's to change the mind, but people, they have many preconceived ideas about India, about how people live, about people are, but they don't know. They're just like images they got from maybe the media or whatever they can see on internet or what people said. And my purpose is to show, like, through my lens and my own gaze, something different. Because I really believe that India is amazing, and I am, you're good. You have to understand that I love India, so it's really, I'm not like neutral. But anyways, the thing is, I like to share like the people's lives and people's experience that I can get, because I've been invited in families to share the food, to share the culture, to share some kind of ceremonies in some temples. So I really want to kind of shift the perspective of what we can think about India when we are from the Western world and we are not so sensitive to the Indian culture. If you are sensitive, maybe you will get to know more and you will get like a proper image of India. But if you are not, then you can just miss the whole thing. And I think it's too bad, because for me, this is one of the most powerful and rich culture of the world. So every time I really realize with my camera, I'm just like observing everything, every people, every places, every little thing that can happen in front of my eyes, and trying to catch that. And then because image, I mean, an image can say 1,000 words, so that's the good thing with the image. But if you include the words, then you can really get like the whole experience of India that I am having actually, but through my perspective of catching the beauty, catching the best of it. I don't want in that kind of miserable view or what people focus on usually. No, this is because this, okay, maybe of course it exists, but everyone is showing the same. So let's show something different, and let's show the real beauty and the real amazing things of India that are way more inspiring and way more here actually. It's there, so let's not sum up India about those things that Western people think, and let's blossom it with the magic that India
That, I
has.
think that is a wonderful thought. Okay, I was saying that there might be one picture, one scenery, or one situation that made you felt that, okay, this is the one that I always wanted to. This is the one I had come here for.
Oh,
So
that's
yes,
yeah.
there might be one moment or one picture or one situation or one town or street. It could be like,
That's
anything.
very hard to pick one, because I have many like picture that I love from India that I clicked. But I would say, can I choose a category? Because one picture is very impossible for me. But when
Sure,
I take
please.
picture of the kids, I love kids, and kids, they have something so special. Like if you go to my Instagram, you've got like few ideas, and especially in Mumbai, because I spend a lot of time roaming Mumbai, and the that that and alive, and that magical that the kids have. And some picture coming to my mind. I was in Juhu Beach months ago, and the kids were like playing the beach, and they were so full of them. It can be like, oh, all around this is the chaos. Like, maybe there is the pollution. It's crowded. It's, you can't smell it from the picture, but it's just like, oh, it could be annoying after some time. You've got the horns, people owning everywhere, and then you've got those kids playing innocently with the sand and being so smiling and so happy. And you're like, oh, this is what, okay, that's, and then you just forget everything around, just like they're there, you just focus on them, and they make you feel like so warm and happy because they just represent what the life should be and the beauty of it.
Yes, oblivious of what is happening around. Kids are like that, innocent.
Yeah, magic part of that. You just like you just look at them and everything around just fall apart and nothing exists and you feel like, so, oh, that's so nice.
Cindy, you have traveled to all the countries apart from India. So, how is the difference? Did you find any difference between traveling to other countries and to India? Obviously, difference is there, but how it has, helped you create a notion or a, idea that India is definitely a good uh, experience.
Yeah, every country are very different. So when I was in Europe, I mean, Europe I know already, so just kind of usual for me, even if every country are very different, but still this is kind of that European mindset and mentality. So I wasn't like so surprised, even if it was amazing. I won't. Then I was in Turkey, which is kind of European lifestyle, and then start of the Middle East lifestyle. So it was like a good transition. And then I've spent a lot of time in Middle East between Israel and Dubai through Jordan and Saudi Arabia. So that was very different. And actually, I loved, like, I mean, I had a very wonderful experience there. I was just, I mean, I should have gone in winter time because summer is definitely too hot to cycle. It was like 45 degrees plus, so it was very hot
Right.
for that. But the people, they are just so nice and so kind and so welcoming. So I really loved it. But that's true because I have that kind of love for India. After a few months in those countries, I was really willing to uh, come back to India because India is way more diverse than maybe can be the Middle East, where the culture is maybe more like homogeneous. Is it a word? Like more even, like same.
Okay, similar. Okay.
Yeah, similar, like from one place to another. Maybe I won't say something wrong. Maybe I'm totally wrong, and I just haven't been in every places to feel the difference.
Yes, yes, yes.
Um, but yeah, I think in Saudi Arabia, for example, from north to south, and you can, of course, it's changed. There are many big change, but still, there are some kind of like a line that you follow, and you feel like, okay, this is still the same country. In
Right.
India, you can be in different places and you'll be like, wow, am I in India for sure? I mean, is it India for sure? Because I never seen that before and my idea of India was so different. So this is the thing that really makes me feel like India was the country I wanted to come back because I knew that within the same place, I could experience different culture, different lifestyle, different people and way of just doing things and even the landscapes. I mean, the city, the landscape. Like now, I am in the mountain. When you are in the south, by the beach, is so different and you see, so for me, it's a very big change. Like within the same country, you can explore different places, and you feel like, as I said before, like every 100 kilometers, we can find many different places, and it would be like I don't have to go so far to travel. For a traveler like me, like I'm traveling for so long, and it feels so good, like to be just okay. I can have a kind of a base, and I can just roam around, and I will have so many different
Experiences.
experiences, not going like to the end of the world. And I think it's a very big luck and something we should actually keep, because I know sometimes nowadays we tend to kind of normalize like trying to have the same culture, like the globalization is there anyway.
Right, right.
So in Europe, it's already like when you go to every capitals in Europe, you will find the same store, the kind of same people clothes or outfits. It's kind of it's even if you feel you are in a different country, but it tends to be like going to the same line. And in India, for now, what I think is like you have been kind of saved from this globalization trends, and people are very maybe out of that, in general. And India has,
There is a Cindy, there is a reason for that, because ours is the oldest civilization, and this diversity within the Hinduism, it has existed for 10-20,000 years,
yeah,
and in spite of so many invasions, nothing changed.
yeah. So, but that's actually
So
pretty cool because it
yes,
feels like India has its own rhythm, its own speed, and they don't give like they don't care about the speed of the world. They're going their own path, and I think this is the best way to find that kind of. So if we go back to my trip, like I am looking for like who am I, like what is the purpose of life and what is the meaning of this journey through the life. And I think here it's very how to say easier, maybe not the word, but like actually there is some kind of uh, uh, beliefs and roots that allow people to uh, kind of dive into that and to experience that and to be amazed with this culture, no matter where you're from. If you go to the right place, if you meet the good people, you will find so many new things about yourself, about the world, that are very magical. And for me, that's why I feel like India is, I mean, I was born in France. That's something I can't change, but maybe I wasn't meant to France anywhere, and I was supposed to come here. And maybe that was the whole purpose of that cycling trip to India, to reach some places where I can feel, okay, I am home actually. And maybe, I don't know what is going to happen next, but I have a lot to learn from here and to express and how to express my creativity and my artistic thing. This is the best place for me.
I think you are going through an inner journey also. So
Yeah,
that is, you were talking about a while ago, you were talking about the inner journey, the spiritual aspect of India. So, how is the experience in that?
so it's a big how to say change, because I was very far, to be honest, I was very far from spirituality before. Even the first time I came 4 years back, I didn't choose India for the spirituality side. I just chose India because I was like, I want a country where it will be very different. Everything will be so different that I won't recognize anything. So India was kind of obvious for me. But back then I was so far from any kind of spirituality. Yeah, I didn't know anything about that almost. And it's only like actually 6-7 months ago, and it didn't happen in India exactly. Actually, it happened in Nepal, but not so far. I discovered yoga, and after that, it's just like a shift happened in my mind, and it's just like I open up to many new parts of the world that I just had no idea that exist before. Like I was watching like that, and yoga just opened up my view. And then I realized like, oh, life can be so much more that I am thinking it is. And after that, it's just like everything just grew up, because then when you start to be curious and when you start to practice everything, like the meditation, pranayama, asana, I mean all the part of the yoga, then you're just like, wow, actually that things, like everyone got their own path, and this is unique and exclusive for everyone. But this is a good guide. I mean, the spirituality is like a guide. Then everyone, they will find their guru, their god, how, no matter how they call it, like it's everyone's choice. That's fine. But at least there's some kind of uh, like light at the end of the tunnel to help you to find then your own way through that journey of life. And yeah, for me it's still ongoing, so it's even hard to take some insight and tell you about that, because I'm into it. And even sometimes I'm just like, oh, I'm trying to pause and like, oh, what is going on? But what I can say is just that feeling of how to say, contentment. I'm like satisfied, joy, happiness. It's just like it's so here, and I feel so this journey, because I think this is the best place to start, because everything, as you said, this is it's been there. This is the cradle of it. So it's a good it's a good cradle to start, like if you're like a baby in a spiritual journey. Mother India will take you in her arm and help you to find your way.
Yeah, I said the experience, the spiritual experience must have been like the one you were talking about, the kids who were oblivious of the surroundings and they were happy. So that inner joy that comes from within, that is the bliss that we talk about in the
Yeah. But when you start to, I don't know how to put it in words, but so I was saying, the thing you said, like so this is from the inner, like it has to come from the inner self, but actually the secret of this feeling of enjoyment and bliss and happiness is because you connect with the outer world, and you start to observe and to see things differently, and you connect. And I was saying about the power of the attention, like to be here, to be present, not to be focused like of what is going to happen in the future, what did I do, what am the ego, all the layers, like, oh, blah blah blah. No, just forget about to better be back to your body later. And that thing, that power, then that's why you can see the real beauty of the world, because you connect with everything is what is happening around you. And even in some kind of noisy place, or what, like not a very nice place, if you say like it's not like the best place, but still everywhere, if you connect, if you are here, if you put your attention of what is going around you, you will feel like, okay, I am just wolfing and I'm part of that nature. And then you will forget about the things that are not like really nice, or like the noise, the smell, the pollution, the people who are grumpy, whatever. You will always focus with you and the best of the surroundings. And I think this is kind of the secret to feel that good energy and capacity of being like still and uh, accepting the emotion and everything that hit you, kind of, but in a good way, so you can just process it and then, okay, just give it back in the positive way.
Okay, so now let us come back to the material world from the spiritual world. So, like, what do you think is the biggest benefit and drawback of living a nomadic, lifestyle?
So I think this is the best way to learn acceptance, because when you live like this, you cannot, I mean, in general in life, we don't control everything, but when you live in a nomadic life, you even control less than usual. So you are kind of dependent on the events, situation, because you can't plan that much. I mean, you can plan a little, but anyway, this is hard to know what is going to happen, because it's a new place, it's a new people, everything is new. So your brain cannot be very um, prepared for the things that are going to happen. So for me, it was a good learning to just let it go. Okay, I have no control on that. I have no clue of what is going to happen, but this is fine. And with the combination of that acceptance and let it go, actually you realize, and I'm sorry, I'm going back to kind of the spiritual world, but life has a good plan for you. I mean, eventually everything is going to be fine. Like the problem, all the issues that you can face, they don't last forever. I mean, they can last long sometimes, and it's a trouble, but still everything comes to an end and find its own way to go back to let's say, the normal or the good way. And when you process that, then you are more able to handle everything. And actually, when you keep calm, when you keep like the calm, the quiet, everything goes better in a faster way. Actually, I realize that. So I would say that, like, now I have learned acceptance and no much of expectation. Because when you have too much expectation of something, you always get disappointed, and then you are sad, and then you are going, down to the sadness or the sorrow. So just take what life gives you, the best and the worst, let's say, because everything's got a meaning for your journey, for you, for how to learn things. Like I got many issues on my bicycle trip. For some, like, because it just happened, like the weather, the bike itself, the everything. But still, now I'm like, I'm happy that it happened to me because I'm stronger than before. I mean, I wasn't like so weak, I would say, but I was like, I could cry for just something, a little thing that would happen to me. I would have been like, oh no, why me? Why is it like that? And now I feel like, okay, if I have been able to face such a situation in my life, I can face even more, and I will be ready to handle it and, to get over it, and I'll be fine. So I'm glad everything that happened, it's for something, and until you are alive, it's okay. There are some hope and there are some ways to go to the next step.
Yeah, it's, I think, more like, an unplanned life, it may look like, but it makes you strong enough to, like, if there is a problem in life, it could be any other factor. You look more towards solution than towards the, more focus is on how to get out of it or how to overcome it, rather than, delving on problem and problem.
That's true. Yeah. And you feel like this is true. Every problem has got a solution. If there is no solution, then there is no problem. That's the thing like to keep
Okay.
in mind. So, and then just being patient. I mean, I'm still learning because I'm very not patient at all. At the like before the trip, I was so impatient. So I'm still impatient, but less than I used to be. So I'm also learning like life has its own time, and my time, like even the human time, is not the especially the lifetime, and you have to accept that, because even when you see the nature, the way like things happen with the season, with the trees, with the animals, everything, it's gone. It takes time to make things possible, to make things like blossom and grow. And human beings, we are so much in the rush to have everything happening now, and in the simultaneity, like you do something and you expect the things to get the result right after. No, it doesn't work like that. And now I have got that image. I am planting seeds. Like, when I do something, I just plant the seeds. So you just do something and then you let it do by itself, kind of. It's not being lazy or doing nothing. It's just, you can, as I said before, you cannot control everything. So you do as much as you can, as much as you want, and then you just wait, and you just be aware of the kind of the sign and the things that happen around you, and you will see everything just go. So sometimes I feel like maybe people will see like, oh no, it's so easy, like it can't be so easy. But actually, I really believe that human beings make life more complicated than it could be.
Right, right. So I think you can give advice to aspiring travelers who might be, considering a similar journey, your kind of, for both practical and mentally, how they should, uh, what kind of advice you can give them?
So I would say that the most complicated thing is to start. The start is because this is the first step, and to get out of that fear of failing, of being like stupid, to look ridiculous, or to fail, is very hard. But once you start, really, then everything, it's just like a snowball. You just go all the way, and you get the thing, and it's just going on and going on. And actually, of course, you have good and bad, and many things, but it's going its way, and you won't realize, but thing will just come to you, and you will say like, okay, I didn't know how to handle that because I have no idea about that before, and then you will have some kind of guides, because out of the spirituality thing, I really believe we are the hero of our lives, of course, but the hero is nothing without actually
Okay.
humanity, like the humankind is actually kind and nice. Most of the people, they want to help, they want to do something nice for you. And especially when you travel in a kind of original way, the way I did with the bicycle, because people are so like, wow, that's crazy what you are doing. So of course they want to be part of it kind of, and they want to have a positive impact on your journey. So I would say just start from somewhere where you want to, whatever, like your project of traveling, but just, so yeah, I was just saying to take that first step and to not to so much focus on what the bad or the worst that could happen, because most of the time this is just in our mind that we figure out the worst to come, and, and most of the time only, not only, but many good things will happen, and that will be for the best.
And about challenges?
What do you mean about challenges?
The kind of like, problems in terms of adjusting with the environment, or any other kind, like, because the culture changes, the norms, food habits, all these things changes at every 100 meters, or while traveling in different European countries. So how to get adjusted? Like, you're comfortable with Indian food?
I am very comfortable with Indian food, and I love
Okay.
spices, so I can eat like Indian people.
So,
I'm good with that, so yeah.
oh, so you have no
But
problem with the
I would say
spices?
no, I love them. I always when I go somewhere, I will always like do for like the Indian people, not for the white people, because mild, this is not my cup of tea. I like chili.
Okay, you don't like bland food? Oh, that is good.
Sorry?
I said
Yeah.
instead of bland food, you are comfortable with the spicy food.
Yeah, I love it. Really, I love it so much. And yeah. And I am vegetarian, so for me, India is just a bless, because it's, especially
Oh,
the south part is better for me because it's more vegetarian dishes. But yeah, it's so comfortable to find everywhere something veg, because this is more usual than non-veg, um, which is completely different in Europe. Europe, like, especially France, they're like meat lovers. So
okay.
no, it's changing, but still, So yeah, I really love the Indian food.
Any particular liking in Indian foods?
And I would say I think I am pretty flexible. So
You have tried South Indian food?
so I am very big fan of dosa masala, of course.
Okay.
And
Okay.
my favorite breakfast are idli with the coconut chutney, that I can even have it just with a spoon like that, without having anything to dip in. Yeah. So yeah, they're like my
And
yeah,
northeastern
I love
food
everything.
also.
And when I am in Mumbai, I love Mumbai, like more like the momos and all.
Okay, okay. So, Cindy, what are
What
your
kind of food?
future
Yeah.
plans?
A good question. There are many options. Let's do. So let's say option one: start again cycling from Thailand. Start again cycling from Thailand. That was the first idea. I just gave up cycling in. I haven't cycled in India, and now I'm like, okay, let's so that plan aside. It won't happen. So my first idea was to do that and keep going, because my plan is to do a world tour on a bicycle. So to come back to France by the side,
Okay.
I started go through Asia, China, uh, Japan, and then going like to America. Of course, I will have to fly or to take a boat from America to back to Europe, but that was the to do the same. But and the idea of skipping the bicycle is because now I have so many things in my life that I want to put my energy on. So yoga, photography, sketching, writing, philosophy, sleep. You can't do anything else. And I'm feeling like, okay, now I have found my, how would say, passion. I found something new that is so feeding. So I would like to spend my time doing more of that than cycling. So could be just backpacking to the next of east. And the option three, would be to stay a little bit more in India because I feel like I still have some more to explore, and I want to keep to keep doing my. It's like India is giving me so much. I feel like okay, first I want to give back something to India because I feel like so grateful, so happy that this is so amazing to me. So I want to be also part of it, like doing something for the people, for the culture, for the inspiration. As I said, like shifting that image of India through my art. So about what I'm going to do next.
Yes.
Okay.
Your destination, future destination.
Yeah. So I don't have such a thing because you said at the very beginning the purpose is on the journey more than the destination. So I'm
Yes.
not so focused
Yes.
on the destination. But the plan is to do a world tour on a bicycle to go back to France from the other side. When I started, I went
Okay.
east. So I would like to come back
Okay.
from America. So that's the very first option. So the idea is to start again cycling from Thailand when I will be out of India. But I also have some kind of option B and option C because now I realize that cycling is very nice. I love it. But at the same time, now I've got so many things in my life that I want to um, take time to, and to prioritize because like the yoga, the sketching, philosophy, photography, writing. I'm like, if I cycle, I know that I won't do that because cycling is so exhausting. Then at the end of the day, you just want to eat and sleep. So I'm like, still like, let's see how it goes. So I could also just keep going backpacking. So I have more time for myself to keep doing the thing that I love and that makes me feel so happy. And also think about maybe if I could, staying a little bit more in India, because I was saying India is giving me so much. Like this is the country that I never been so happy in my life. I'm 34 years old and I had an happy life, but now it's just like I'm having my best life ever. And I feel like I want to give back to India, kind of, because India is providing me so much. So I would like to be part of kind of communities and to, I don't know, help in any ways with my skills, with my, I don't know, energy and whatever I could give. And also just for myself to keep exploring and to keep creating things. Like I said, like to shift that vision of India with the photography, with the thing that I can write. So I would love to stay more. Unfortunately, I have some kind of visa, like deadline. So I don't know if I can
Okay.
stay. That's also an option.
Right. Right. I think now, I think in the end, I'll say that through your journey, through whatever you have experienced and shared with us, I think we should move towards, let's open our mind to the, possibilities that lie beyond the familiar and embrace the spirit of adventure that resides within us all.
Yeah, adventure. Adventure is the word that I love because this is the best. I mean, if you just to finish, if you follow the same path as everyone, or that the society would say like you are supposed to do that, you are supposed to have that kind of job, you have to do whatever you're supposed to do, that can be your own path. This is like a kind of general path that fits with anyone. But when you start to adventure, to out of the box, then you can feel, oh, that's something maybe for me, which with what I feel like, oh, I can have some kind of purpose in mind, something great, and then I can inspire more people to do something great. And it's kind of that kind of very how to say positive it's going up everyone if they found their own truth, because we all have our own frustration, domination, looking for power, that will be just gone, and everyone will be just so happy to provide that love, because when you receive that much of love from what you do, and we could make like a
Yeah, on such a positive note, I think I must thank you, Cindy, for talking to us. for sharing your experiences, wonderful experiences, I would say. And friends, if you want to follow Cindy on social media, she's on Instagram. It's a designer nomad. And she's on LinkedIn also,
Yes.
Cindy Brochard. And thank
Yeah.
you so much, Cindy, once again. And for our friends,
Thank you to you.
yeah. If you like the episode, please share and press the bell icon for more such episodes. And Cindy will stay in touch, will keep in touch, and will be sharing your experiences again also. So thank you so much.
Thank you. I would love
Okay.
to.
Yeah.
Thank you. And
Thank
see you
you.
soon.
Yes, sure.